Good morning, everybody. It's Friday morning, and we are going through our monthly figures. What happened in June? Was it a good month? Was it a bad month? I'm going to tell you all. I'm going to run through it as quick as I can because I'm about to go on holiday. I've got an hour before I go on holiday. I've got another two podcasts to record and a presentation for the SSA, so I'm going to try and get through this really, really quickly. Okay, so this is just Stormont Willoughby. Don't forget, we will be doing Clough Road. If I can find the figures for Clough Road, hopefully we'll be doing the figures for Clough Road on next Wednesday. Okay, so the amount of quotes, 128 quotes. That's an average of 4.27 per day. Now, at the minute, our quotes have halved somewhat because some of our quotes come from, when it comes to the website, we've got two sites in Hull now. So some of the sites, some people will go to Willoughby, some people will go to Clough Road. So our traffic is still the same going to the website, but the quotes in effect have halved. But the conversions have increased massively because before, what we'd do is location is one of the biggest drivers for conversions, and people located at the other side of Hull would never choose us. So we've got a leaky bucket there. So the location, if it was at East Hull, they'd seep straight through that bucket straight away because the location wasn't perfect for them. It wasn't right for them. And so why would they come to us when they could go to somebody much closer to home? Most people don't travel past the self-storage facility to go to another self-storage facility I know, but that's generalization, but for the purpose of this, it works. So yeah, at the minute we've fixed the location problem because if you're located in East Hull or West Hull, we've got you covered. So our conversions have shot up, which we'd expect because, like I say, we've got no leaky bucket now for conversions. We have leaky buckets for price and stuff like that, but we filled one of the buckets. That means conversions have gone up. Right, so number of reservations, 61 reservations. That is a conversion rate. It's incredible. Oh, I've been through these figures before, but that is phenomenal. Well done, team. Quotes to reservations, 56.25%. I'm blown away, absolutely blown away. Number of move-ins. We had 43 move-ins in June, a little bit less than where I'd want to be, but it's a conversion rate of 34%. Again, unbelievable. Great stuff. Now, something that I was interested in was cancelled reservations and expired reservations. I thought they'd gone up, but in total, we've only had 5, which amounts to around about 8%. Just a tad over 8%. So 4 cancelled reservations, that's 6.56%, and 1 expired reservation, which is 1.64%. So not too bad. Anything below 10%, I think is good. The big boys aim for 30% cancellations, which are under 30% cancellations. Well, I still need to verify this because that sounds a crazy amount. But yeah, that's what I've been told. Under 30% is acceptable. I don't think it is. You need to communicate more with your customers. That's how you stop. With loads of people have been asking me, okay, how do we get cancelled and expired reservations down? 2 ways. You keep in constant communication with them all the time because the way I've told our team is it's like a fishing rod. We've got the fish on the hook, and what we've got to do, we've got to keep that tight. We've got to keep that tension tight all the time, and we do that by having touch points with them, whether it be a text, whether it be an email, whether it be a phone call, whatever it is. We keep that tension there with touch points. And if you don't have touch points, then all of a sudden you've got a loose reel. I'm not a fisherman, I ain't got a clue, but you get a loose reel and that fish goes. That fish can get swallowed up by another fish, and you don't want that because that means that another customer, another self-storage facility is that bigger fish who's going to nick your fish. And yeah, that's the way I look at it. So that's number 1. And also get them to fill out as much information as possible because then they're committed, they're top committed. They already have done the deal inside their head. Once they've done some paperwork or once they've filled more information they've given you in their head, that's it, closed off, boom, subconscious behaviors. We all have subconscious triggers and that is one of them. So get them to do as much paperwork as possible. That is why I cancel and expired reservations are much lower than everybody else's. Just for them, two factors, that's it. Okay. Marketing, where did our quotes come from? I love this part of it. I love it. So Google was 77 inquiries came from Google. That's 60% of our overall inquiries. We had 19 move-ins and 1,345 square foot. So in terms of square footage, we had Google moved in 41%. However, it was 60% of our overall inquiries, but only 40% of the overall move-ins. Interesting. Word of mouth, 18 inquiries, that's 14%, 6 move-ins for 500 square foot, which equated to 15% of the overall square foot moved in. Signs, love this, 20 quotes from signs, that's 15.63%, 10 move-ins, 700 square foot came from signs. That is a total of 21.34% of our move-ins came from signs. Beverly 24, we had 3 inquiries from Beverly. That means we can't fit them in Beverly for whatever reason. And so they've come to us at Willoughby. And so that was 2% of our overall inquiries. We had 3 move-ins for 215 square foot, which was 7% of our overall square foot move-ins. Phenomenal, extra 7%, I'll take it. Used before, another one that I love. So we had 3 quotes from used before. We had, that's over 2% of our overall inquiries. We had 3 move-ins from them, again, but for 260 square foot. It was 8% of our overall square footage. Used before, 8% of our overall square footage came from used before. Make sure we treat our customers with kid gloves, respect, and just be nice. And they'll come back time and time and time again. And they'll tell their friends as well. Social media, 5. So that was 4% of 5 quotes, 4% of our quotes. We had 1 move in for 100 square foot. I can't believe we got somebody from social media. Unbelievable. That was 2% of our, 3% of our overall square foot moved in. That's an outlier, that never normally happens. 2 other inquiries. 1 was referred from Clough Road and 1 was from the blog. Bullshit blog. Nobody reads our blog. I've got the data to back it up. Nobody reads the blog. It's just good for SEO. 1 of a move-in was from referrals as well. Okay, so 2 other inquiries. 1 was referred from Clough Road and 1 was from a blog. 1 of a move-in and that was from a referral, and that was 160 square foot. Google ad spend, £4,158, which meant that we were spending £218.49 per move-in. However, that's not strictly true because that's over the 2 sites now, so you can half that. So it is £109 per move-in, really, which I think is phenomenal. £109 per move-in, you what? Boosh! I'll take it all day, because don't forget, the lifetime value of a customer is going to be over £1,000. It's about 900 quid at the minute, but we're not a mature site yet, and we're going to be more mature, and that means that lifetime value will go up as well. Actual cost per square foot on Google, I said that completely wrong. Actual cost of advertising this month from Google, for Google per square foot moving was £3.09. So if we half that, it's £1.54.5. £1.54.5. £1.54.5 per square foot moved in. So number of move-ins, 43. Square foot moved in was 3,280. That's new square foot. People who took extra rooms, total overall square foot moved in was 3,780 square foot. Square foot moved out, 4,515. So we had a net result of 735 down, which in June is bad. The problem is we didn't move in enough square footage. Amount of rooms moved in was 46. Amount of rooms moved out was 45. And so we had 1 net extra for the month. So we've got 367 internal rooms occupied. We've got 42 containers occupied. We was net 2. Car parking spaces, we have 4 car parking spaces rented out. That's all we've got now. At the minute, the current square foot occupied, total livable space taken, is 32,110. Never thought we'd ever get to around 30,000 square foot let, but here we are. And that means that our store occupancy is 81.73%. Hopefully we can have a good July. Fingers crossed. So packaging material, £23.97 per moving. We aim for 25 quid, so that's not too bad. True period revenue is £72,828.61. That's what we should be taking. So including VAT is £83,927.91, because obviously there's no VAT on insurance. Total amount of insurance sold this month is £235,000 worth. That was an average of 5,465 per move-in, per new move-in, so that's good. The Luton was rented out 26 times. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. 26 times, and we've started charging extra £10, I think it is now. So we charge we went from £45 or £50 up to £55. So we started charging more because why not? Supply and demand. So we've earned £1,270 from our van rental, and I don't know what it costs, can't remember, but we're basically making money on it, which is good. If we don't put it there to make money, we want to make sure we help the customers and be convenient for them. Let's have a look. What else I can tell you? Oh, we've had 5-star reviews as well. Reviews are very, very important. Let's have a look at our churn rate before I'm going to go, because it is getting late and the wife is going to kill me. So yeah, our churn rate is down to 13% for square footage and 14% for actual rooms. So our churn rate is continuously going down, which is good. You'd expect that. So I mean, bloody hell, in some point last year, we had 26% churn rate. Fuck, Jesus Christ. That was a killer. That month was a killer. 26% of our customers moved out in 1 month. Oh, no wonder I've got grey hair. But yeah, down to 13%. So that is good, really good, moving in the right direction. And you'd expect that because obviously the more mature your site is, the less churn you have. All right, guys, girls, love you, appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.